What's going on, everybody? I know it's been a long time, but it's your boy Shimagami X, aka Captain X, here today to give you a full system review of Microsoft's new console, Xbox One. And I figured now would be the best time to do this now that I've had the console for the best part of about 2 to 3 weeks. So it's giving me enough time to explore the system and exactly everything that it can do at this current moment. Alright, at the front, as you notice, you have a disk drive where you have the button to eject your disk here, and then on the very side, as you can see, that little side chrome bit is the button that you would use to synchronize your controllers. There is a USB port, a standard USB port for you to plug your play and charge kit in. There are also 2 USB ports at the back that I'm going to cut and blade this video up and show you at a later date. At the front here, what you see is a Chrome Xbox logo, and what that does is that turns the console on. You can literally either touch the thing and it makes that nice pretty sound, or you can literally run the command Xbox on. So let me turn the console off. We're going to get to that, so let it turn off. Alright, now another way you can turn the system on is literally by running the command Xbox on. Xbox on. So, I don't know why I had to do it twice, it just wasn't listening to me for some reason. Maybe I need to readjust the connect sensor, but you know what? This is going to be the most honest and real review you're ever going to come across on YouTube. So I'm not going to like hide anything. If the thing doesn't work properly, I'm going to tell you. As you can see there, for some reason, it took me to say it twice for it to register. And I don't understand why, because normally it just works straight away. But you know, things mess up sometimes. It's just the way it is. Alright, so that's just another way of turning it on. So now let's move on to the dashboard. Alright, when you first turn on your Xbox console, your Xbox One I should say, first thing you're going to be greeted with is this home screen. And as you can see, I'm not signed in because I've got the camera covering my face. I don't know if you can see the glare or the reflection in the screen, but yeah, you can see the last thing I was on was YouTube. Yeah, so what you get is the big tile in the middle shows the last thing you was running. Then on the bottom, it shows you the last few apps that you was running. So I was doing Internet Explorer, Dead Rising, Store, Killer Instinct. And if you see Dead Rising 3 twice, that's just literally because I have Dead Rising 3 as a disc game, because I like having games as a disc rather than digital downloads. But sometimes digital downloads are cool. You have My Games and Apps and you have Snap. I'm going to run through all those features later on in this video, but nonetheless, let me move the camera out of my way and show you what happens. It's going to recognize my face, it's going to sign me in. It might take a little while though. So I'm not using the controller, I've not picked up my controller, I've not turned on my controller at this point. There you go. Xbox has now greeted me saying hi Jerome because it's recognized my face. I didn't tell it to sign in or anything. As you can see, my tiles are red just because whatever in it. So yeah, as you can see, the tiles have changed, but the apps at the bottom have stayed the same because those are the last things that I was on. Alright, moving on. Now, let's go into the controller. Okay, as you see, I have 2 Xbox One controllers, and the reason I have 2 of them is because simply, games are best played when shared with friends. That's just the bottom line. Alright, now, as for the controller itself, the controller, I actually do quite like it. Let me move it over here, better surface area. Alright. So that is the general face of the controller, and if you turn the controller on, you can turn the controller on by pushing down this button here. When you push it on, it will blink about 3 times and then it will be connected. And you can navigate the system by using your controller. Alright, at the back of the controller, you can see it looks like this. It's very smooth, and the reason I have one thing that it says orb there is simply because I bought a separate play and charge kit. I didn't buy the Microsoft play and charge kit because it's more expensive and I got 2 for the price of 1. So you know, just bargain hunting right there. To be honest with you, when it comes down to this controller, it's just a case of personal preference. If you see that blinking light, it's an IR blaster, which links up with the Kinect, as you can see right in front of my TV. The triggers, as you can see, they are very uniform with the design. They've kind of gone with the whole two-tone thing, which is a theme that goes throughout the console, the Kinect, anything to do with Microsoft Xbox hardware. Right, that's just that. So as you can see, what they've done with the buttons I kind of like. It's just a tiny little design feature where instead of having a whole yellow button, they've had like a black button with just the letter Y as yellow. And these things indicate various things in games, but that's just whatever. And this is the, I can't remember the name of this, I think it's called the menu, and it's not called options, it has a different name. Your D-pad, they've moved on from that horrible disc style that I hated on the Xbox 360. Yes, I did play the Xbox 360, although I've strictly been PS4 fan, but you know what? That is literally where you plug in the headset that comes with the Xbox One. And speaking of the headset, let's go on to that right now. This is the Xbox One headset that comes with every single Xbox One. Alright, and now what you have here, literally you can see it has one earphone that can adjust, slide up and down, and it can rotate. You know, it'd probably be better if I demonstrate that. As you can see here, the camera, it literally rotates and swivels to adjust to your head. So as you can see here, it will rotate and swivel, and it can slide up and down to adjust to any size head. Alright, one thing I will say about this, and I'll be completely honest with you, this thing feels cheap. Yeah, okay, fair enough. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break, but it does feel cheap. It just feels like, oh, come on, Microsoft, you could have given a better headset. But then again, I can't complain because it came free with the console. Now let's talk about the headset and the Xbox One controller in combination with each other. Okay, now as you can see, the pin that slots it in is very unique. That means that you can't plug in any other headset. That is one of the disadvantages when you compare this controller to the PlayStation 4. One of the advantages though is that the sound quality of this headset is by far superior to that of the PlayStation 4's little earbuds. And I'm not being biased here because you guys know I'll keep it 100% real with you. I've listened to them both, I played them both. The Microsoft headset is just so much better in terms of sound quality. It's just much better. But as you can see, the way it plugs in is literally like this. You've got to give it a firm push. Do not worry about it breaking. And as you can see, you have your volume up, volume down, and mute. Now, I must warn you that this mute doesn't mute players. What this mute does is basically it mutes your voice so that they can't hear you speak. Suppose you're getting angry at them and you're cussing them or whatnot. Suppose you don't want them to hear that. You can mute that. But which is kind of annoying though, because sometimes you don't care if they can hear you. You just want to mute them because like their voice is annoying you and such a thing. But yeah, as you can see, it fits in uniformly with the design of the controller. The triggers in this console are spectacular, but you know what? I can't go on about that too much because yes, they do give feedback like independently, but that's something you'd have to experience yourself. If you go to your local game store or wherever and try it out for yourself, like at the Xbox One kiosk, play like Forza 5 or any driving game and you'll feel it there for yourself. Because me explaining it to you is not going to give you a realistic example of how it really feels in your hand and how that impacts your gameplay. Moving on to the Kinect itself. The Kinect itself, as you can see, features a two-tone design which is very similar to that of the console and controller itself. Like I said, Microsoft's uniform thing. This bottom bar, as you can see here, is a speaker. Those red lights are infrared blaster, which you can probably see better on a camera than you can on the with the naked eye. And I don't know why that is. It is what it is, man. At the side here, what you can see is you have vents, fans. I'm not sure if this is just for design purposes, but it's kind of gone. Microsoft kind of gone with this two-tone vent thing throughout the entire system. Xbox logo on the top. Wire that can't be removed at the back. That's tough. You're gonna have to deal with that. It can't be removed. But then again, why would you want to take out the wire? Maybe if the wire broke or something, but I don't know. Actually, you know what? Maybe you can take it out, but I've never tried to. So maybe you can, maybe you can't. When you get your console, if you get your console, try it out, see what it does for you. Now we move on to the actual system architecture itself. I'm not going to use a controller for anything here. So now I'm going to use my voice and see what we can do here. So let's, for example, let's run a game because that's what you do with game consoles. All right, I'm going to warn you guys from now that when you're playing a game, you must say the full game's title in order for the Kinect to register what you're saying. The Kinect doesn't pick up natural language. The Kinect has a set of voice commands that it will only respond to those. So like for example, I can't say, watch this, Xbox, go to Forza 5. It won't do it. But if I say Xbox, go to Forza Motorsport 5. It's not listening to me. I don't know why. Xbox, go to Forza Motorsport 5. There we go. It's about to go to Forza Motorsport 5. The reason it cancelled is, as you can see there, it says that, oh, you own this game or app. The reason, that's not DRM, I'm going to tell you that from now, is because it's a disc-based game. I have the disc over here. Let me zoom in for you. I have the disc over here, but the disc is not in because Dead Rising 3 is in. So that is not DRM, alright. So, if you do this, so let's zoom out here, show you back, as you can see my reflection in the camera. So this is not like being faked or anything. Now, Xbox, go home. Alright, now it's back at home. It's pretty much on the home screen anyway. So let's say Xbox, go to Killer Instinct. Watch this. Xbox, go to FIFA 14. See how quick that was. Xbox, go to Dead Rising 3. Xbox, go to Max Curse of the Brotherhood. Xbox, go to Kinect Sports Rivals Pre-Season. Xbox, go home. That's just how fast and responsive it is. But now, if I go into a different menu and I say, Xbox, go to My Games and Apps. Xbox, go to My Games and Apps. Because I don't really use the Kinect that much, it hasn't really adjusted to my kind of accent, but the Kinect naturally adjusts to your accent just as it recognizes your face. Alright. So that's just My Games and Apps. Yeah, there we go. Now it's loaded better. Okay. Xbox, go home. Xbox, go to store. See how fast that is. Yes, you can navigate the entire system using the controller, but then again, you don't have to. This is just like a feature that you can use while navigating the system. It's just whatever. If you choose to use it, go for it. I personally use it quite a lot of the time because, you know, I'm just showing off really. But yeah, so let's store load. The reason store's taking so long because I just have bad connection around here. Like, not terribly bad connection where I can't make videos and stuff, but it's just not the greatest. I'm using the internet's connection. Alright, go Xbox, wait, let me think what to do here. For you to select individual things, the command you have to run is Xbox select. Xbox select. Now you see everything's highlighted in green. Games. Games. Now it's taking you to the Xbox store. And as you can see, everything that's highlighted in green is things that you can say. Next page. Next page. Okay, so as you can see it changed page. Next page. Next page. I'm not actually talking very loudly, I'm actually talking pretty quietly. And also, if you plug in the headset, you can literally talk at a quiet whisper and it'll recognize you still. So let's say, more top games right now. Xbox select. More top games right now. And it'll take you into any menu that you so desire by running the command Xbox select. Next page. Next page. And then yeah, we'll do things like that. Xbox go home. Xbox go home. Xbox go to pins. Xbox go to pins. Probably commanded me as friends. I said pins. See, sometimes if you have a weird accent, it'll recognize things wrong. Xbox go home. Xbox go home. Alright, so that's that. That's just basically things that you can do. Also, you can use the controller. Now I'm using the controller. I didn't use the controller for any of that. So now if I can just right click and go to store, if I just click with the right shoulder button, as you can see there, it will cycle through like so. And that's that. You can go through that and you can just navigate the system through the controller, which can be quicker sometimes. Also, okay, the Xbox One is due to get various updates, and with these updates, what exactly is going to happen is like things such as party chat doesn't work very well, and like for example you can't communicate with your friends on Xbox 360 through party chat, which is a bit annoying because at this stage obviously not everybody has the Xbox One. Your friends list is there's no, and also another thing is like on the Xbox 360 you can customize your dashboard by having like a nice theme in the background. At the moment what you're restricted to is this. You are restricted, so let's go to my profile, you're restricted to, only thing you can customize is by setting your tiles as a certain color. Like for example, these are the color ranges that you get, and this is the only customization you have at the moment. I think it's a total of 21 colors, which is not great at the moment. So for example, let's say I set it to blue. Let's go back. My tiles have changed blue. That's the most you can do in terms of customization. And to be completely honest with you, right about now, that is pretty crap. All right. And now I was talking about friends before I diverged and talking about something else. Now, if I go to friends, there's no direct way. Like basically, it doesn't notify you about what your friends are doing. You know, on Xbox right now. As you can see, I've got a friend here playing Battlefield. What the hell? No, I don't want to sign out. It's cool. Yeah, as you can see, it doesn't tell you, for example, what all the individual people are doing. It only tells you that once you go into this, but that involves you coming out of your game to see what your friends do and what your friends playing, instead of having like a notification, like say like, oh, this person's playing this, like what it used to on the Xbox 360. Yes, it was stated by Major Nelson that there's going to be an update letting this happen, but you know, that's not here right about now. So I'm going to give you a view of this right now. Yes, things are going to improve, but at the moment that is one of the downsides about the operating system. It doesn't feel completely finished. Alright, as you can see, you got the Elite Ace, our homeboy the Elite Ace on this last seen as Xbox 360 dashboard. So yes, you can add Xbox 360 friends, but as for you know, being updated regularly about what they're doing, it doesn't do that for you. Oh, and also you have followers as well. Followers, basically, let's say I've got 300 subs. The friends list is about 2,000, but somebody like the Elite Ace or whoever else owns Xbox or whatever has a multiple amount of subs. They have 7,000 subs, so they can't fit all those subs on their friends list. So then what they can do is they can have followers, so they can still be in touch with them and all that good stuff. Alright, there's a whole bunch of TV features in with the Xbox One that you can go through, but I haven't ever done because I don't really watch live TV. I do YouTube, which is why I've got the YouTube app right there. Obviously, for those of you who do YouTube, you can connect it right to your, you know, you can connect it to your YouTube account and you can navigate it through smart glass and all that. So yeah, that's all that good stuff. So as you can see, we're on my YouTube channel now. You can see all the various people that I'm subscribed to, like Broken Games HD, Champ Chong, Team 4 Star, Grunt Girl 711. our homeboy Charles' Anime World, the Elite, well, Tekken 101, the Elite Ace is down here somewhere. Yeah, you see all the people that I'm subscribed to and all that good stuff. So now we go back out of that, and obviously I can navigate that with voice control as well. Every application in the Xbox One can be navigated through voice commands very effectively. Alright, also you have Skype, which is just pretty cool. It's just Skype really, like, you know, if you use Skype, you use Skype. If you don't use Skype, you don't use Skype. It's just there. You know what, moving on now. There's something that is very important that I need to make aware to you guys. Let's go into the app section. I couldn't navigate that through my voice, but here's what. Okay, let's go to, yeah, all the new apps. When you first get your Xbox One, this is what I found before was ridiculous. All these apps here, none of them are installed. So like for example, you don't have Skype installed. You see that? You see that what it says there? Oh yeah, you saw it. It says audio CD player. It's not installed. You have to install that. I don't know why that is. That is ridiculous. But either way, that is the case. There's also a Blu-ray player, but it's got a Blu-ray drive in there, so why doesn't it just do that? Why does that need to be installed? But either way, it needs to be installed. YouTube needs to be installed, 4OD needs to be installed, Amazon, Machinima, SkyDrive needs to be installed, Xbox Video. Every single application that you see on this screen right here and now has to be installed. All the applications need to be installed on the Xbox One, and that obviously takes up hard drive. Your hard drive, your hard disk, whatever you want to call it. And the annoying bit about that is that the hard drive on this is non-removable. And another fault with the system is that there is no particular way for you to find out exactly how much data you've used up. Because if you look on settings, look, you've got preferences, blah, blah, blah. Throughout all of these, none of them, not one of them, tells you how much data you used up already. So it's up for you to guess. Yes, it was stated they're going to fix things like this in future updates, which is sometime, probably in the next coming weeks or so. So yeah, look forward to that being changed. But as for here and now, it's not changed, and that is not cool. I'm sorry. Me as a consumer, I'm not happy about that. They need to fix that, and obviously they're going to, which they said they're going to do like very, very, very soon. So that's that in terms of the system side of things. So yes, you can navigate the system through voice commands. For example, Xbox go to store. Xbox go to store. Xbox go home. Xbox go to FIFA 14. Xbox go to Dead Rising 3. Xbox go to Killer Instinct. Xbox go to Internet Explorer. Let's think of something else. Xbox go to My Games and Apps. Yeah, as you're seeing right now, that's just one way of navigating the system. You can also navigate it through gestures, which I'm not going to go and do again. I'm not going to demonstrate that again because that's just long. Or you can navigate the system through the controller, but I say a combination of both will get you effective navigation through the system. And okay, now as you can see, this TV that I'm using is actually quite a massive TV. Let me zoom out. But now we're going to move into the gameplay side of things. Alright, let's move on. Alright guys, as you can see, this is what the Xbox One headset looks like when it's on your head. I'm not going to be using this right now, I'm just putting it on just to show you guys. And as you can see in the background, I'm playing a game called Killer Instinct. So now, I'm going to move the camera and I'm going to show you, but it's just a little bit of gameplay of and some features that you can do with the Kinect and Killer Instinct and stuff. Alright, so now, let's get into this. Alright guys, now let's play some Killer Instinct. Okay, this controller's dead, so I'll charge it later. I'll just grab the other one. Alright. Get it turned on. There we go. Let's go some Killer Instinct. Now, let's do quick local play. I'm going to play a quick match quickly. I'm going to do versus. Player versus CPU. Let's leave it on medium difficulty so I don't get my ass kicked too bad. Hopefully you guys can see. Let me adjust the camera so you can see properly. Alright, yeah, that should be good enough. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna go with Jago. Let's go with Thunder. Let's fight Thunder in this. No, let's fight in my home turf. Let's turn the thing up. I could say Xbox volume up, but you know, I can't bother to run the command because that's just showing off. But basically, you can volume up, you can volume down, and you can mute your TV through your Xbox. So, anyways, let's play. Oh, damn! Step to my headpiece. Just for that. Ah, it's one of them kind of guys. Alright, cool. So that's that. Stop blocking. Stop blocking and fight me, man. How boring. This guy's no fun. That's better. I'll do this again. And that's that.
I'm afraid your path ends here.
Alright, now watch this. Xbox, record that. Xbox, record that. Alright, now what Xbox has done is recorded the last 30 seconds. Alright, now what the Xbox One has done is recorded the last 30 seconds of gameplay that I've just done. So now, I'm going to cut to the next part of the video and I'm going to show you exactly what's happened. So before we do that, Xbox, go to Upload Studio. Alright. Hello guys and welcome to Xbox One's Upload Studio. This is the sharing capacity of the, well basically the sharing section of the Xbox One. As you can see, you can read all those things there, but that's just long. Let me just go through and explain to you. Basically you can record, edit and share. Alright, now say for example this. I can either go to just trim, which basically I just get one game clip, 30 seconds or 5 minutes long. The maximum recording time on this is 5 minutes, but that's going to be improved at a later date from what I remember, but don't hold me to that. Personally, I think the PS4 sharing capabilities is better. The only difference is that the PlayStation 4 has something called HDCP, which basically restricts you from uploading to places like YouTube unless you go through some back route way about doing it. And even then, you probably get copyright strikes because of HDCP. But with the Xbox One, you won't get that. So for YouTubers, the recording capacity on the Xbox One is better. But I don't think any of the two systems at this moment beat what a capture card can offer. The Xbox One does support HD capture cards, whereas the PlayStation 4 at the moment, actually no, I believe it does, but no, I'm not sure. I can't remember if it does or doesn't. You have to do some extra research about that, because quite bluntly I don't know and I don't want to lie to you. But from what I've seen, from what I remember, there's a whole bunch of controversy around the PlayStation 4 and its recording business. So anyways, this is just trim. Picture in picture is basically where I show the clip I just recorded and then I can basically do a commentary like with the Kinect showing my face. And yeah, bookend is basically where I get 3 clips and blend them together. And then multi-clip is like basically 5 clips together, so they can all be a total of 5 minutes long, so making a total of a 25-minute clip, basically making for a short video which I would give to you guys. But let's for the purposes of this video, let's go just trim. Okay, now just trim, I go to choose game DVR. Game DVR is basically the recording that I just made. So now we're going to go to the recording that I just made, alright? Or I can use any of the previous recordings that I just made. I made previous to this video, like throughout me having this console. Yeah, now while it's loaded up, as you can see, there's several things, and as you can see, I bang out Killer Instinct quite a lot. So let it play. As you can see, it's just recorded the last 30 seconds of what I just did. Yeah, there's that. There's also this one. So let's say I want to just do this one, for example. I'm the Jago in the blue, by the way. See? But let's say for example I want to upload that, yeah? I click on it, then I go to, I could trim it and then like edit bits and pieces, but I don't want to. I could record a voiceover. Sorry, let me zoom out so I can actually see, you guys can see in the camera. I can record a voiceover, I can choose a skin, I can choose finish. But let me choose a skin, for example. These are basically you get a set of skins that you choose, like basically these are professional skins that you get. But let's say for example I want to do arcade because it's a fighting game. It's a 2D fight, well, 2.5D fighter. So let's do that. I go to finish, I can give it a name, I can give it a tag. So let's just call it, you saw Ultra Combo, so let's call it Ultra. Or just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to call it ULT, because I can't be bothered to type it because I'm doing this with one hand, because I'm holding the camera with one hand. I can tag the video as one of these things. You see epic moment, epic fail, blah 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 blah, review, etc. I call it epic moment because it was an Ultra Combo. I go to upload. Now I'm going to get 2 options here. Alright, I can either just upload it to the Xbox community, or I can upload its Xbox community and save it to SkyDrive. When I save it to SkyDrive, the video is mine to do whatever I want with, and that's how you'll be able to see I was able to make that Killer Instinct compilation on YouTube. You know, we're basically me doing different combos and me beating the crap out of the computer and people online and stuff. So yeah, that's the options I get to choose from. I can obviously, if I go to upload and share, it's gonna show rendering time, blah blah, and this is done very quickly, naturally, because the videos can be no longer than a maximum of 5 minutes each. So it's done very quickly, as you can see. Like right now it's on 25%. But anyways, that's that. That's the recording capabilities of the Xbox One. Guys, thank you for watching so far. It's getting to that point in the video where I better start talking to you about what the gameplay is like. I can't physically show you what the gameplay itself is like because the quality that I'd be able to show it to you would not be very good. Yes, fair enough, I'm using a very expensive camera, a HD camera at that can record at 1080p. Yes, my TV behind me is a 42-inch TV, LED backlit, a very, very expensive TV, and that shows at 1080p. The games I'm showing you will run at 1080p, but by the time that I record it through my camera off the screen, upload it through my video editing software, which is Final Cut Pro, which is very good, and then upload it to YouTube at least 720p, the quality would have been reduced significantly, so you would not be able to see the true graphical fidelity of the Xbox One titles themselves. If you want to know basically what console, PlayStation 4, Xbox One is better in terms of graphical fidelity, I'm going to tell you this now. The PlayStation 4 is better graphically, and that is evident to see by its specs. But that being said, you guys need to bear this in mind. The only way you'd ever be able to tell the slightest detail in graphical fidelity in terms of games would be for you to have two TVs that are at least the size of the one I have behind me, together playing PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, running the same game at the exact same point. And even then, the naked eye wouldn't be able to tell you, you know, very, very much difference. And that is simply because games nowadays have become so graphically advanced that you would never be able to tell the difference. I've had the pleasure of being able to experience the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One's graphics, and you know what? I have 20/20 vision. I've had my eyes tested recently simply because I do a computing course, and that being said, I need to make sure that my eyesight isn't deteriorating, otherwise I need to think of long-term health plans in terms of glasses and whatnot. Alright, that being said, I checked out my eyesight, 20/20 vision, and I personally could not notice a difference between the two. Even in like cutscenes, there was literally little to no difference. I couldn't notice anything. So in terms of graphics, yeah, the PlayStation 4 is graphically more powerful, but where we are in terms of gaming, there is no difference. There is physically no difference. Alright, now, this part is opinion based, so you can take this bit with a grain of salt, it's up to you. I personally think that the gaming experience on the Xbox One is better for me, is better. And you guys are probably thinking like, well, I know a lot of you fanboys gonna be like, how, blah, blah, blah. And you know what, the problem with that is the Kinect. The Kinect being bundled with every single Xbox One console has made developers be able to implement features that are, you know, be able to implement features that enable better gameplay for titles that are across the board. And for example, this is FIFA. I'm not able to show you this right now because obviously I don't have a HD capture card because my one's broken. If I did, I'd show you this right now instead of me talking to you like this. But nonetheless, in FIFA, you can literally call out a formation and your team would change. You can literally call out a substitution and the player would change. Something that is very realistic and what a real manager would do in a real live game of soccer, football, or wherever you're from in the world. Other games such as Forza 5, I'm not able to demonstrate this right now because, like I said, HD capture card and blah blah blah. But for example, if I turn my head this way, the camera angle would turn like I'm looking at my left side or right side, depending on where you're looking at it on the camera. So little things like that provide a better gameplay experience because it makes it more immersive. Do you understand what I mean? I'm not talking about the traditional Kinect games, like all Kinect games where you wave your hands around. I'm talking about multiplats, like, you know, titles that are across PlayStation 4 and Xbox One that have implemented extra features due to the Kinect being bundled with every single Xbox One system. I personally think that Sony should have bundled their camera with every single PlayStation 4, but they didn't do it, so that's just that. They did that to make their console £100 cheaper or $100 cheaper, which is obviously smart business wise, but in terms of like moving forward in terms of the industry, isn't that bright. But one thing I will say that I do say the PlayStation 4 has an advantage over the Xbox One controller simply because of the touchpad. That is something that can be implemented in a few games, which I've seen it being implemented in Assassin's Creed 4 and Killzone Shadowfall. And that's just an example of where Sony did good with their PlayStation 4 compared to the Xbox One. Yes, the Xbox One has rumble triggers and whatnot, but then at the end of the day, what it all boils down to is a case of personal preference. So, like I said, this video is not to try and sell you a console, it's just to let you know what is really good with the Xbox One. There are other things that I could show you, but quite simply, without a HD capture card, the quality will be reduced so significantly that it doesn't make sense showing you. But anyways guys, hope you've enjoyed my video, quite lengthy. Thank you for sitting back and enjoying it. If you want to check out another review of the Xbox One, to like a more comprehensive review than mine, then check out Adam Sesslers' review. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description down below. But anyways guys, it's your boy Shinigami, aka Captain X. I'm signing out, and as always my people, take care and peace man.